you know. But like I said, I'm supposed to fix it. I'm gonna fix it one of these days. But all right, back to the shit talking.
Painkillers. These evil little pills. In addition, got winters. Neat. Switch is a little sticky.
Whatever they put that in, man.
How to spin this anymore? Watch. Okay, Congresswoman Maxine Waters, a member of the House of Representatives for more than 30 years.
Is there more than they keep voting for her or something going on, and so that's why you can't feel sorry for them. And you know, is why is she still talking? And whatever, we'll see next year.
Good evening. It is looking like America has gone for Trump. What's gone wrong? Well,
people like her is what's going wrong. I want to hear racism. Or why you talking about auntie like that? No, nigga, you crazy. You brainwashed. Like I said, real niggas, you don't let nobody get in the way of your money, no matter who it is. See what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about dirty shit and you know, stabbing your people in the back. You ain't got to step on people. You ain't got to step on your friends. You ain't got to step on your folks. You ain't got to step on your cousins or nobody. But if somebody purposely sabotaging you, you know, I done seen that as a kid, you know, in the 80s. You know, I just, you know, not just in real life, but, you know, in the movies, old fashioned books from hundreds of years ago. It's in the Bible. Cain and Abel. Cain and Abel. Sometimes it happens. Jealousy. Not just Cain and Abel. Reuben and his coat of many colors. They were jealous. Jealousy. It happens. But see, we learn from all that. It's like, nah, bro, you ain't finna do me like that. You know, you can get over it and raise. You just gotta do what you got to do.
Based on the information.
So that's what we mean. Like, you know, that's what happened. He's like, what happened? She was happened.
Good evening. It is looking like America has gone for Trump. What's gone wrong? Well, based on the information that we have now, it certainly does look that way. I don't know if this should be described as something gone wrong. Evidently, the majority are basically whites in this country. Really?
Majority are basically white. See, that's what I'm saying. If you a dumbass nigga and listen to somebody like that and electing them to lead you, and that's all she got for you. Matter of fact, your life is fucked up. Your house is fucked up. Your girl is busted. You're busted. You know what I'm saying? You know what we talk. You know what that? Yeah, you got busted ass girl, busted ass house, busted ass car, and you vote for these people right here, and still caping for them. You putting your cape on tight for these motherfuckers. You deserve what you get. God, that's what I'm telling. I'm telling you what God love. God don't like stupid. You know, a fool and his money is soon parted. Y'all being fools on, and y'all literally doing on. You know, he told you he's a jealous guy. Y'all going to other gods, all these foreign gods. You going a whoring. That's what it says in the Bible. You going a whoring for other gods. You're whoring out for all the answers, all that shit. That's on you. But you can't stop us and make us have to the ancestors and all that. That's fine if that's what you believe, but y'all big mistake was trying to force it on other people. If that's what you believe, that's all fine. But you can't force it on the rest of us. That's where y'all fucked up.
To accept a dishonorable human being, someone who has been convicted of
She
34.
still talking about this because these motherfuckers are crazy. It's just funny. See, she must have made this morning. There's someone who's been convicted. The woman who did that, Letitia James, she's about to lose her law license, and this is just crazy. Y'all niggas crazy. Like I said,
Felonies, someone who has been openly and brazenly racist, someone who has, talked about his love for Putin and Kim Jong Un and made some statements favorable to Hitler. It doesn't matter.
This is all why you don't like him, but why's America voted for him?
so even they ain't, these news people, he cut her off. He ain't cut her off like he don't want to hear it. He's a news person. Move it along, and that's the same shit you've been saying for years now. He said, yeah, that he cut her like, okay, yeah, we heard that before. That's why you don't like him. So called, all these lies. He didn't want to call her a liar, but let's let it play. See what she gonna say.
This is why your grandpa at 60 looked like you at 45.
Like him, but why's America voted for him?
Racism is the basic point.
They've been so accustomed to calling Trump voters racist for so long, they don't know what to do now. They're flabbergasted about what to do that people of color chose Trump in the largest margin ever for a Republican candidate. Here's the bottom line. If you voted for Kamala Harris yesterday and you were surprised by the results last night, you need to seriously consider where you obtain your information, because the corporate media has been lying to you for years and went into overdrive throughout this campaign. Last night, with just hours to go before polls closed, Joy Reid on MSN.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, you vote for these crazy got the busted cars, busted women. It's everything. That's what I'm saying. Everything is and you're mad. You try to come up with shit. Nobody wants y'all. Look at it. Listen at it. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Is this busted car day? All of them that came out, this shit is crazy. These niggas, these witchcraft niggas, you're a grown ass man and you practice witchcraft and expect to prosper, expect God to give you blessings. The devil can't bless you. That's why your feelings hurt. That's why you're mad. And yeah, we go back and forth, but I don't do the back and forth. So yeah, don't let the nerds, don't let the white nerds with all that bullshit, mad ass little bitches. It's just because you're talking shit, period. It's like you can just say anything. We got to go. I've been told you the rules for all these years that the niggas want to run to a fight. You run to the argument, you want to run over here at the behest of these fucking nerds. And legally, like, this ain't even the old days where we none of us even thought about that shit. Remember back in the day? Now it's like shit. Legally, you fucked. Like you go listen to these fucking nerds and put your life in danger for some fucking bullshit, nigga. You stupid as fuck. You got anything else to say? Yeah, I didn't think so.
You're not a child. You're a man. So stop wearing.
Still talking shit.
Like him, but why's America voted for him?
And made some.
A man, you do what you want to do. I don't give a fuck if you would have. Yeah, a man does what he. See, that's what I'm saying. Only nerds get some kind of we wear this and it. Only fucking lame ass bitch niggas. All the soy boys who are mad. You got anything else to say?
Statements favorable.
The House of Representatives for more than 30 years.
You listen to somebody. This is when you was a child. Your mama would dress you and tell you what to wear. Shit, you supposed to have been dressing yourself, or at least choosing your own type of clothes. By the time you about 13. I want. If you getting, you ain't on, punishment. But, That's what that's what I'm saying. Y'all nerds don't even know how to be a fucking man. We keep telling y'all, stop with that whole shit.
Good evening. It is looking like America has gone for Trump. What's gone wrong?
Well, based on the information that we have now, it certainly does look that way. I don't know if this should be described as something gone wrong. Evidently, the majority of basically whites in this country are willing to accept a dishonorable human being, someone who has been convicted of 34 felonies, someone who has been openly and brazenly racist, someone who has,
What the hell is this? You someone who been? Oh, like I said, y'all can keep whatever, but y'all stay over there in the broke zone. We're allergic to broke people. Stay broke. Stay the fuck. We got to quarantine black folks, black Americans. We got to quarantine these niggas. God did not say nowhere in the Bible does it say if they don't want to. God help themselves, right? That's what it say. God helps those that help themselves. These niggas want to stay. We don't have to help. We need to quarantine these niggas. I'm allergic to broke.
His love for Putin and Kim Jong-un and made some statements favorable to Hitler. It doesn't matter.
This is all why you don't like him, but why has America voted for him?
Racism is the basic point.
They've been so accustomed to calling Trump voters racist for so long, they don't know what to do now. They're flabbergasted about what
yeah, that's another thing. She keeps talking about racist. And like they said, the ones who want, we're the ones, not just blacks, the yellow Asians, the yellow people, the Latinas, everybody else. Not just the white folks. And so that's all they could say this morning. Oh, it must be all the racist white folks. That's what we keep saying. These niggas are brainwashed. That's why I said they need to be quarantined. And, that shit might be contagious. Broke disease, yeah. They keep listening. Like I said, that white boy right there, he just rode by with a bike that's more expensive than their cars. You know what I'm saying? That bike probably costs $4,000, $3,000. See what I'm saying? That's brainwashing. You let these motherfuckers, and no, we ain't supposed. I ain't saying let them and do something to them. Nah, what I'm saying is you let them just mentally little boy you. That's what we call it. They little boy you. Bird feed you. You got to stay here. You got to stay down on that level. You got to keep with the busted girl, the busted cars, the da 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 da. You got to stay there. And we get to buy toys, expensive toys, meaning, man toys. We get to buy a $2,000 bike or $4,000 electric scooter, but you got to stay down there mentally. That's the Jedi mind trick they pull on your asses.
do that people of color chose Trump in the largest margin ever for a Republican candidate. Here's the bottom line. If you voted for Kamala Harris yesterday, you were surprised by the results last night, you need to seriously consider where you obtain your information, because the corporate media has been lying to you for years and went into overdrive throughout this campaign. Last night, with just hours to go before polls closed, Joy Reid on MSNBC actually admitted this live on air, saying she and her network has done everything they could to propagandize you, convince you that...
What the what? Wait a minute. This shit said I deleted a message. I don't delete no... Oh, you know what? This phone is old. Let me show you. I'm going to take a picture. This is a live picture. It says I deleted a message. I don't... That's... What I'm saying is, it's like saying I'm like the people, the ones who need censorship, a moderator or something like that, protecting on the internet. I did, but this phone, look at it, is it's the sides. I'm gonna record again. See, it's cracked. And so sometimes when you hold it and just touch it, it does things. Like you'd impress something. Because I know I did not delete no fucking message, but it says I deleted a message. You can post what you want to post on my live stream. I don't give. I ain't going to delete it. No, I'm not saying I'm somebody special. What I'm saying is I don't need to. But I'm not finna go read them and go back and forth. That's what I'm saying. I got shit to say. I ain't got time to be. Like I said, I'm not trying to be a regular YouTuber and make money and be friends with everybody. Hey guys, hey, today we're gonna review. No offense to them. I watch them videos too. I comment all that shit, but that's not what I'm trying to do.
Of something that wasn't true. She said this to her audience. Watch this.
And we begin our final sprint, having arrived at that point in the election season where basically we on this side of the TV screen have said all we can. We've laid out the stakes in this crucial election, where one side stands for freedom while the other meets the textbook definition of fascism, namely a far-right dictatorial regime like Hitler's Germany or Franco's Spain or Mussolini's Italy, but also white-ruled South Africa before Mandela and the black majority took control, or Vladimir Putin's Russia, Viktor Orban's Hungary, or Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela today, that suppresses the rights of women and minorities, uses the military to execute the whims of a strongman dictator.
Meanwhile, over on CNN, there were moments, some slim moments of clarity, of reality breaking through, realizing that after everything they've done, CNN included, the establishment writ large, that they've done to this man, the fact that he still won overwhelmingly is pretty freaking amazing. Watch.
I also want to recognize something that Dana White said at the UFC, where he said this is karma. Just to hear that through the lens of his supporters, that they feel that between his convictions, impeachments, etc., that he has been persecuted, and that this was their response to that. That was like a huge applause line in that room.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. This is a man who has been impeached twice, a man who has survived.
Impeached twice, all the bullshit that they went through, and it still didn't work. See, where I'm from, Birmingham, they would dog you for that shit right there. But that's how I grew. That's what I'm saying. Everybody knew down south it wasn't racism. By the 80s, the older niggas that was like 4 years older than me, 3 years older, 2 years. That's everybody knew. We're sitting there. We're like freshmen. You tried all that shit for nothing, and I'm still did that. You see what I'm saying? That's I synced it. I synced it. I'm being funny when I say sync. I synced it. Right? These niggas, they would tell you. I mean, we sitting there watching it like you done tried all this shit. You tried this and that, and it still did. You still couldn't stop me. You still,
Two assassination attempts, one of them very serious, 4 indictments, almost 100 charges, and he looks like he's going to have walked through all of it.
And he's at 34 counts of convicted felon.
And we'll see what happens on that conviction and what punishment he faces. I don't understand how a man like that couldn't feel tremendously empowered to do whatever he wants, because he has got the mandate.
And now for the big, giant, fat elephant in the room. What in the world happened to Joe Biden's 80+ million votes? How is it that Joe Biden received 20 million more votes than Kamala Harris did? Let's just go back to this for a minute. Can someone explain how in the world this is possible? Look at this chart. Are we to believe that Joe Biden, of all people, really received more votes than any other president in the history of our country, and suddenly 20 million of those voters just didn't participate this time around? Very odd. And even more mysterious and glaring is how this looks when you compare it county by county, which CNN did last night. They pointed this out live on air, and they realized what they were doing when they were showing it, how it raises a whole slew of questions. Roll the tape.
So you asked, Are there any places that the vice president is overperforming Joe Biden in 2020? So we could show you that as well. We just bring that out here. Harris overperforming 2020.
Holy smokes.
There you go. So let this go away and see if there's anything on the east side there.
Literally nothing?
Literally nothing.
Literally not one county?
Jake Tapper saying literally nothing, literally not one county. So Joe Biden outperformed Kamala Harris in every single county across the country. Like Jake Tapper said, not even one.
So this ain't about, I mean, what he's saying is where that's, you know what they're getting at. I think they might have evidence. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they just gonna, well, no, because I say you can't just leave it alone because, you know, that gives people, maybe in the future, they might try to cheat, you know, future, you know. So I say if they really got evidence, they really got to do something about this. And you know, all that, it's not just about revenge or Trump's ego. If you're smart, this is about the future for when, you know, some of us ain't even here no more, you know, even 100 years from now, you know, none of us will be alive. But even a baby born today, there might be one or maybe 5 around the globe that's still alive in 100 years. I'm talking about being born like literally this second. I'm talking about in the whole world, there's babies. But, you know, so you got to do, not just let it go.
Single county did Kamala receive more votes in. So now that the race is won, and won in a landslide, what happens next? Well, we have 2 months before inauguration. The Dems no longer have the votes to disqualify Trump in Congress, so that plan's out the window. What we'll likely see is the same thing we saw in 2016 when the voters picked Donald Trump and give him both chambers of Congress. The establishment now has to turn to the deep state for help. Here's some foreshadowing. What we see is the same thing we saw in 2016 when the voters picked Donald Trump.
But see, this time, even Trump know. Everybody, we're all prepared this time. He got Elon Musk. Last time, 2016, even Elon, you know, didn't even know. Right? I think he really did know. Even, so we got, you know, he, at this point, back then, it was the little social media, Mark Zuckerberg, and the titan of the tech industry was Gates and the Apple people. Now we got Elon Musk literally on our side all the way. Not just, oh, I'm gonna cooperate. He's one of us all the way. So we got, this is totally the deep, you know, remember the deep state don't exist. We finna find out. Remember that dude that be coming on, used to come on here, the bosses.
Outperformed Kamala Harris in every single county across the country. Like Jake Tapper said, not even one single county did Kamala receive more votes in. So now that the race is won, and won in a landslide, what happens next? Well, we have 2 months before inauguration. The Dems no longer have the votes to disqualify Trump in Congress, so that plan's out the window. What we'll likely see is the same thing we saw in 2016 when the voters picked Donald Trump and give him both chambers of Congress. The establishment now has to turn to the deep state for help. Here's some foreshadowing on what
see, that's what I was talking about earlier. It's a sting. The deep state is really done. I'm gonna go to Rumble after this video and see what's up. See if they say what's up. That's what I'm saying. It's like a worldwide operation. You know, like I said, like New York Undercover. You know, is it the drug dealer back in the day or whatever? So the so-called deep state, international, we finna get, like most people who know about history and know we don't need the United Nations. There's no need for it. We don't need none of that. All that shit is bullshit. The world, the WHO, World Health Organization, they all shown that they're communists. We don't need none of that shit. And so these deep state players, Just like with them TV or one of them movies, they probably flushing. Remember how they flushing everything, the drugs. They getting ready for a kick though, the raid, the SWAT teams. All the little, but this is on a global scale. All the deep state players, they trying to shred papers, burn evidence, all types of shit. These motherfuckers is just on the run. They on the run.
Watch this.
The House, we're not going to know for weeks, but it's possible that Donald Trump and the Republicans will have a trifecta as they did in 2016. In which case, the bulwark, against whatever overreach there could be, and whatever those depredations might.
See, yeah, they see how they're trying to, but it's too late. Yeah. Basically, you setting yourself up. He's talking about overreach. No, y'all the ones who did all the overreach with the Trump trials, the impeachment, the sham impeachment, all that bullshit years. It's not revenge. So the overreach was y'all niggas. This is just going to be pure by the book, by the law. Like y'all try to make fun of us for being by the book or whatever. That's just plain stupidity to me to not go by the book.
And I think they're going to have a tendency to overreach if they do, is the kind of thing that's democracy between elections, which is the work of civil society, it's the work of the fourth estate, it's the work of institutions, it's the work of citizens. All that's super important stuff. We've seen it before.
Luckily, Trump's much, much smarter this time around. He also doesn't have to pander to both sides.
It's not just much, it's not even much smarter, it's just experience. That's experience. We all been through the ringer. It's experience. See, remember I keep telling y'all, remember the dude was like, oh, we set you back 10. You didn't set me back. That was just experience. Wisdom. Now I got more wisdom. That's all it is. He calls it smarter. It's not smarter. We've been through it. We survived. Not survived like the cowards who survived. This is the real soldier survived. You know what I'm saying? Real nigga shit. We survived. So yeah, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, that's what I'm saying. We don't let it happen again. It's not finna. The reason y'all tried to make it look like we let shit happen again is because y'all had all these corrupt people that we just got rid of. So now it's over. So now, trying to make it look like we don't know we doing, yada, make the stupid niggas, the do boys, make it look like they know it, and it's not revenge, and it's not we just got to be better. It's just wisdom, and it's not even for us. We don't have no personal vendetta. This is about the future. Y'all didn't look to the future, plain and simple. Y'all fell for that shit, and sorry, not sorry. Can't have, y'all just got caught up in the way. It's like y'all purposely got in the way, and boop, 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 boop. It's nothing. Like I said, it wouldn't be me. I wouldn't have never, remember I kept saying, I said if I've been saying it for years, if they would have came to me with that bullshit plan that y'all signed on to, ain't no way in hell.
Very smart people around him, a super team around him with Vivek Ramaswamy, RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, Elon Musk, JD Vance, and more. It's now extremely important to pick the right people in his cabinet, and for them to pick the right people to fill their department. CNN was already trying to convince Trump last night to unify the country, they said, by selecting Nikki Haley to be part of his administration. I don't think so.
There they go. Look, they got their head down. They look. She just looked over. I said, there they go. Remember they didn't look before? Though they look kind of sad. Oh, look. Yeah, they look kind of sad. They look. She just kicked some. Did they tell her to do that on purpose? They I don't know. Are they being funny because they look sad for real? Like, yeah, she just kicked it. Kick rocks. See, I don't know but he did. When I looked over there, out the corner of my eye, I see some people creeping. He looked kind of mad for real. Yeah, it's like, see, and they can't do nothing about it. Remember I told you, we the real niggas. It's like, and we're not bullies. I'm not saying, oh, you can't do nothing about it, I'm gonna do something to you. No, nothing like that. It's just, hey, You come get it if you want it.
They said I couldn't get a respected software engineer.
As you can tell, I was not created by...
Hello, everyone.
Buffoon like Donald Trump twice. What does that make?
Hey, this dude is nasty and evil, but it's all good. It's all good. This is what, him, Whoopi Goldberg, this dude, what is it, Chunk Sink or something, Uyghur. They call him Chunk Yogurt. He's an idiot. His brain is, he get, like they say, he tried to debate. And see, the thing is, so basically at this point, all they got left is to pray for the downfall. Pray to the devil. That's all they got left. When you see somebody leave you and you've been dogging them out or something, all they got left is the hope. You've been cheating on them. All they got left is the hope that something bad happens. This is all they got left. This is what all they got left is the something bad gonna happen. These motherfuckers probably think that Trump and Putin are like, plotting something. Any sane person knows the way we grew up, what we saw in school, old-fashioned movies, history class, stuff that happened hundreds of years ago. You gotta you gotta talk to the enemy country. They tried to make every time he contacted Putin, they're working together. It's like, no, bitch, you got to talk. You can't just ignore them. And you just let them know. You got a firm hand. It's like, look, you keep fucking around, we can laugh and joke and that, but the Democrats, see, they working together. That's how you know they don't have no leadership ability. They don't have no leadership skills. All the same people know, he got to talk to Kim Jong-un and the Putin. That's what he's supposed to do. These motherfuckers are retarded. They would rather send Kamala stupid ass over there to get to laugh. They just go turn us over basically.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to What Even Is This? Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Now let's laugh at some batshit crazy people together.
I just came off the Young Turks show where I lit into the Democratic Party. Bunch of losers.
And he's a big time Democrat. See what I'm saying? He calling his own people losers. Bunch of losers. You're the biggest loser. You're the biggest. See what we're talking about? How they turn on each other. They don't have no leadership ability. No whatever to each other. No loyalty to each other. They just dog eat dog. That's why remember I told you when I got back home out the army, back to Birmingham, and they started trying to make that's what what happened to y'all? I know I was gone, but now all of a sudden, dog eat dog. Yeah, it's like, no, it wasn't like that before. Now, that's what I'm saying. They tried to make that gangster real nigga shit. I'm like, what? We ain't got to stab each other in the back. We ain't got to work together, but you ain't got, shit, there's enough to go around. But now everything is, you gotta, that New York puffy shit, like them New York 90s movies. Yeah, I'm a dog. I'm a pit bull. I take everything I want. It's like, no, nigga, that ain't how you do it. And if you doing that, you getting away with it, that just means you chose an area where it's a whole bunch of chihuahuas on purpose. You ain't no real nigga. You went to an area where there's a bunch of chihuahuas on purpose and act like you tough. Look, they all on them. Them the ones I was talking about. The dude in the green. He looked like he was upset at first. Now they all on the phone. What is it some kind of message? It ain't an emergency. Remember that the emergency. Nothing's going on. Yeah, they're the liberal tears. It's delicious.
Corporate Democrats, I hate them. They've cost us election after election. They're corrupt. And they lost, it looks like, to a syphilitic clown, total moron, con man Donald Trump. So, if you lose to a buffoon like Donald Trump twice, what does that make you?
We still have an electorate, 70 million plus, that will be voting for a man who said he was going to assassinate for treason the chairman of the Joint Chiefs because he didn't support him on January the 6th, who said just in recent days he was going to execute Liz Cheney with
And if you want to know why y'all lost, that's why y'all lost. That bullshit right there. Everybody thinks y'all are crazy and need to be in a mental hospital.
Firing squad, 9 guns pointed and shooting at her face. A man who has said that he was going to shut down CBS because he didn't like how they edited an interview.
Literally, no. He should be, that is liable. He should he should be sued into the network into oblivion.
A man who said he was going to be a dictator from day one. A man who said he was going to terminate the Constitution. A man who said he was going to use the Army and he was going to use the National Guard on his political opponents. I literally could go on all day. And yet you talk to Trump voters and they'll go, he didn't say that. Wait, no, I didn't hear him. And then you say, well, here's the quote. And then they'll go, yeah, he didn't mean that. So there's something far more long-lasting than just Donald Trump.
And it's like, yo, dude that's talking, his name Joe. It's like, what unit were you in? Where'd you go to basic training? Or was you, in the Marines or something? It's called boot camp. In the Navy, it's called boot camp. Were you in the Air Force? So what is he talking about? This dude right here. What you talking about? So yeah, so okay, you try to say the regular people don't know what Trump talk about, but us military people, we know what the fuck he talking about. And like Bill Maher, their favorite white guy said, that's where it come from, Vietnam. That's what he was talking about, Vietnam War. The hippies, the Democrat hippies, them the ones who made up that was their saying. They were the ones talking about send them over there, let the rich folks go over there and fight and die. That's where he get that from. Their own hippie their own Democrat had to explain. They still lying. That's not, no, he didn't mean, it's like, this is exactly what he meant. That was the hippie mantra, because they didn't want to go. They didn't want to get drafted either. And then back to the comment section, the white nerd Democrats, they'll be like, Trump, he got to defer, or, he got to, because he had bone spurs. Anybody that's ever been in an elite unit like I was, I don't want nobody with bone spurs in my squad or on my team. Think about it. They can't, and it's a real deal. I don't want to, you can't march, you can't run, you can't jump out of airplane. No, I don't want you to. It is not a diss. It's just, you just didn't make it. Okay, that's all. No shame in that. That's what I'm saying. All of that, yeah. They try is every single time. It's like, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. These liberal white folks, that's all they got is just try to dog you out and bring you down, but it's always something stupid that makes no sense, that they have no experience about. Some fucking soy boy white, Democrat nerd, he up here talking shit.
Well, then they'll go, yeah, he didn't mean that. So there's something far more long-lasting than just Donald Trump, the candidate. There is a sort of Russian embrace of disinformation, a radical devaluing of truth over the last 9 to 10 years, and a complete ignorance on civics and what the term Madisonian democracy even means, what checks and balances even means, what judicial review even means, what the rule of law even means. How do we as a nation, even post-Trump, how do we reach those Americans who apparently didn't go to civics class, apparently didn't learn the basics of this Constitution, and have just been overwhelmed with this information over the past 9 years?
I think this is a big, huge part of the story that it's hard to even digest fully at this moment. But you have Elon Musk, who...
What they can't digest is next year, this time next year, if anything, they'll be out of a job, but that's because nobody's watching. Not because they came after you, but because nobody's watching, and the deep state players ain't financing y'all no more to spread lies because it didn't work. Your job is gone. That's the only difference. Your job will be gone, might be gone next year, because who's watching y'all? Nobody's watching y'all now. Them idiots just paid for y'all for the last 4, 5, 6 years to talk this shit, and some people fell for it, but they all woke up over the last 4 years. They all woke up. Well, most sane people did, but so that y'all wasted your money on that. Y'all wasted your money paying for these fools. Nobody believes them, and so what are they worried about? That's like I said, it's just vindictive. And so that by this time next year, people gonna start to see, oh yeah, we got more money. I can do this. I can do that. That's what they're worried about. Not that Trump gonna arrest black folks and put them in this and that. No, they're worried because everybody gonna be like, oh shit, we got more money. Oh, this and that. Oh, we can go on a trip. We can buy a new car. We can this and that. We can pay that car off. You know, oh shit, I can spend this. I can do it. Make extra payments and be free faster. Now I don't owe these motherfuckers. You know, shit like that. That's what they don't want. That's what they're mad about. You supposed to be broke and distraught and despondent and just beaten down. You're supposed to be mentally and soulfully, your soul, everything's supposed to be beaten down. And it's just, oh, we need the government, the Democrats to help us. That's what they want. And that's what they mad about. That's the only thing they mad about. They trying to make up this crazy shit. You know, he said he's going to execute people. It's like he did not say, these folks are crazy.
Who owns Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it these days, X, who is a disinformation propagandist and now could potentially have a direct line to the Oval Office. On this set numerous times, is that you have a state where you've got a 6-week abortion or a 12-week abortion. I think theirs might be 12 weeks. Yep. But it's a state where women lost their reproductive rights, where there was a very heavy push to get women to focus on not putting in place, re-electing, putting back into the White House the person who was responsible for taking those rights away and restoring them. But that message, obviously,
like they said, that was never a right. Where does it say abortion that is not a right? It's not a right. That's all this is about. Like everybody keeps saying, this is all about the right for them to fuck whoever they want to fuck. You know, no consequences. That's just crazy. That was never a right. None of you can show well, that's a right. That's all right. That's not a right. You know, most of us just didn't think about it like that. But since they put it to the forefront, which they made us think about it, that was a good thing.
It's not enough to get enough white women to vote for Vice President Harris, a fellow woman. This will be the second opportunity that white women in this country have to change the way that they interact with the patriarchy. And, you know, God bless Shannon Watts, who's tried to have that conversation. But if people aren't receptive to it, and
these evil, demonic, baby sacrificing to the devil people keep talking about God, but you know they're not talking about God or Jesus. They're talking about whatever the fuck, you know, whoever they talking about.
Vote more, party line or more on race than on gender and on protecting their gender. There's really not much more that you can do but tell people what the risks are.
All right. Looks like the sun coming out. Yeah, I don't know. If we got any more clouds coming. Shit.
Maybe the percentages change as well. Maybe all the votes that are out are from the campus, and it juices up the number a little bit. But if you're looking at,
I'm here in Washington at a watch party. There's lots of Democrats here, and I have to say, a lot of them are starting to go home. And there's a lot of sad faces downstairs. I'm with one of those voters now. How do you feel about the election results so far?
Honestly, I'm kind of bored. This is America, so, oh my gosh, the black woman didn't win.
You're bored. Are you worried?
Worried about America?
About Trump winning?
No.
You see how? Wait a minute.
I regret change. Oh, it wouldn't be the. Worried about America?
You see how he's trying to lead her to saying something that she's worried about something, and she's like, worried about what, nigga? Are you scared that Trump is gonna come get you as a black woman? She's like, no. Even a Democrat. You see how the white, he trying to lead her to say that? She said, I'm bored.
About Trump winning?
No. It wouldn't be the first time a rich white man wins, so it's okay. It's gonna be the same as it always is.
And why do you think it looks like the...
See, that's how they think. Same as always is. She a DC resident. More than likely, she works for some government agency. And that's what she's talking about, rich white man. So everybody else they want everybody else to be poor. But, they ain't gonna recognize America, especially by 2 years, they ain't gonna recognize it. If you still down, that's on you to be down. You're still downtrodden.
Is going in his direction.
Oh, because of the economy, and people don't know how it works. So they just vote for how their purse feels, and that's what we're seeing today.
Do you think that Kamala will win? Do you think she's got any chance at this point?
She hasn't had a chance since Joe Biden stepped down. Honestly, in my opinion, she didn't have a chance. But, she can put up a good fight, I guess. That's what we do.
You don't sound too optimistic.
No, I was never.
Put up a good fight, that's what we do. What is she talking about? Because when she said that, she sounds like, when she said that, she sounds like one of them chicks that fight her boyfriend all the time. Seriously, that's what they fucking fight. That's what she sounds like. She can put up a good fight. Like I said, Kamala a hoe, Willie Brown. Yeah, she can, and so that's their foreplay. Fighting, that's why you see all the fighting and the women fight, the black women, that's where that come from. It's like, that's what you got? Yep, that's exactly what I got out of that. When she said put up a good fight. She not talking about politics, fighting in the courtroom and da-da-da-da. Nope.
Step down. Honestly, in my opinion, she didn't have a chance. But, she can put up a good fight, I guess. That's what we do.
You don't sound too optimistic.
No, I was never optimistic. In America, optimism is...
You see these people work for the government. That means that's why, so if you got to go to her, say she works at one of them agencies, you're all optimistic, she'll tear you down. This is America. See what I'm saying? That's pure evil. That is fucking evil. That's not, she's not ignorant. She's fucking evil.
Not recommended, but, hey, we'll live another day.
So you think that she may not win because she's a black woman?
Oh, she definitely won't win because she's a black woman.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
These Democratic leaders are simpletons. They're servants of the donor class. So they go in there like, oh, donor, give me money, please. And I made an ad. I'm Kamala Harris. I'm full of joy. Okay, well, what did I get you? And they say, oh, Jake, you're too angry. Too angry? What? You think...
It's not too angry. Nigga, you too stupid. Just you stupid and angry. That's the problem.
A shift right, and then there's a shift to Trump, and shifting to Trumpism, and I'm looking at a lot of things, especially after David talked about looking at counties and how Trump is gaining on what he did in 20.
Oh, I never even wanted to go to Canada, but I just don't like Justin Trudeau from what I've seen in the last 4, because technically he's part of that deep state cabal across the globe, New World Order shit. So what is this? This guy too. I'm gonna watch this next. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, Donald Trump won. See these black women, evil. But if you fall in love with her, that's on you.
One of the things that everybody's been squawking about most recently, because of the U.S. election and President Trump being re-elected, a lot of Canadians are saying, oh no, this is a bad thing. You know what? They're going to slap us with tariffs, and one of the things that
another thing, if you see, you're worried about being slapped with tariffs, that means you was doing something dirty. Remember? Say it with me. You was doing something dirty in the first place. Now you worried because a real nigga finna get at your ass. Now all of a sudden you want to play victim. Oh no, he's gonna slap us with tariffs. You see what I'm saying? Now you worried because you was doing some bullshit. And now you scared, right? There, now he finna get at your ass. Now you scared. See what I'm saying? It's like that. The way to avoid somebody coming and getting at your ass is don't do the shit in the first place. Don't do it. Then you ain't got to worry about somebody fucking you up. See what I'm saying? See how that work? There's gangster shit 101. Gangster did them. Right? Y'all don't understand. That's what I'm saying. Y'all puffy type niggas. Puffy parties. This and that. Take that. Tried to tell you, they brainwashed y'all. Y'all didn't want to listen. Now they all scared. Yeah, he's gonna come. He ain't coming to get you unless you fucked up. You did something. They're telling on themselves. Now they self snitching.
It was interesting.
Dumbasses.
Immediately, the ambassador for the United States to Canada immediately came out and said, "Hey, Canadians, settle down. You don't understand. Trump does not see Canadians as a threat." Okay, let's be very, very clear on it. He doesn't see Canada as being the threat. He's not going to sit there and slap us with tariffs out of the gate. It's not going to happen. We had the modified NAFTA agreement in place that he had put in place here.
And see, if he's not doing this, dude saying that, there's no unfair trade going on between America and Canada. So what are they worried about there? The tariffs are for the countries that have been screwing America over. Give me my shit, nigga.
Ago. So quite frankly, I think everybody that's going, oh no, this guy's going to fall, you're way off base, because here's a couple of things that I think will affect Canada, is the fact that the U.S. is now going to be very much pro-oil. Now, for those of you that are the eco-warriors, I get it. You think that that's going to have an adverse effect to our climate, but it's not, okay? I think that the idea of the battery and the windmills, I think everybody's missing the point there. So much is going wrong with that the damage is actually way worse than if people are sitting there saying, hey, we're going to drill. So, you know what? I'm going to say that, Danielle Smith, hey, wait for a phone call. I think Trump's going to call you and say, look, you know what? Let's get it back going. Go to Alberta. Let's get the pipeline going. Now, why is this a good thing? Well, when we talk about the U.S., here's their flag. It's one of those things that, by the way, if you go to the U.S., you're going to see virtually one of these on every single home. I got to tell you, that's pretty amazing. It does give you a bit of a chill. I always ask every Canadian, do you own a Canadian flag? Well, you should, because I can tell you every American has at least one. And so the most important thing is the fact that I believe that, the U.S. and Donald Trump are going to try to keep a good relationship with Canada, because we do have things that they want. We definitely have things that we need from them. So ultimately, in the end, I think our relationship's going to be fairly decent. Now, of course, Our fearless leader, you know what, Justin Trudeau, he came out with a tweet, today saying, hey, congratulations to Donald Trump on being elected president of the United States. The friendship between Canada and the U.S. is the envy of the world. I know President Trump and I will work together to create more opportunity, prosperity, and security for both of our nations.
He's full of shit. He's just like that dude in California, the governor of California. All the lockdowns, he was for all that shit. He can, try to, whatever he's trying to do with that, what is that, a tweet or whatever he sent to Trump. But hold up right quick and let me be right back. Alright, so like I said, I gave you my thoughts on that about the
Donald Trump won the 2024 presidential election. And I know that many people will want me to solely blame Kamala Harris.
These are the faces of Kamala Harris's supporters at a watch party in Washington, D.C. right now, as the Democratic win looks less and less likely. The Harris campaign reportedly turned off projections for the rest of election night, while some began leaving the event early. It's a totally different story at the Trump election party in Florida, where Trump supporters have gone into full celebration mode. Harris won't be addressing the public on election night.
Look at it,
Her
look.
campaign co-chair Cedric Richmond said the fight wasn't lost.
We will continue overnight to fight to make sure that
Let me see what this crazy chick got to say. 7 hours, she already got 280, almost 290 views, 90,000.
Donald Trump won the 2024 presidential election. And I know that many people will want me to solely blame Kamala Harris's campaign strategy or the Democrats as a party. But frankly, you cannot convince me that a nation of people who cannot be convinced not to vote for a white supremacist, promising to destroy their rights, every marginalized community, and their entire...
You see all the hoes come out, destroyed. The only rights they're talking about is the right to sacrifice their baby. That's all she's talking about. What else? You know, all the hoes coming out like mad as fuck. It's like, damn, bitch, let the nigga just damn nut in your mouth or some shit. You know, seriously, you know, what is the problem? They just gotta get pregnant.
Democracy is without blame, that they are not responsible for their choices and the consequences that will follow. I want to make this brief because frankly, it's clear to me that I have been wasting my breath trying to warn Americans of the dangers of a Trump administration because Trump himself told them what those dangers were. He didn't run on policy. He didn't promise to build anything. Instead, he promised to tear this nation apart, to break things down. He openly promised us police violence.
Openly promised police violence. See how I'm saying? The hoes that fuck a lot of these wannabe thugs, because she's young, she about 30 or something. That's what she's talking about, right? The niggas the scary niggas. Get off me, officer. What you pulled me over for? What you pulled me over for? You know, the broke bums, you know, they ride around in a Dodge Charger or something, or Challenger that the government paid for probably. It get pulled over. What you they're the only people that might have problems with the cops from now on is the niggas that don't know how to act. All the rest ain't no keep your hand at 10 and all that bullshit. So you're 25. Right now, next year you're gonna be 26, and you grew up watching them movies like the TV show Blackish and all these stupid ass movies. That's not how it is. Nigga, literally. You get pulled over, you ain't no 10 and 2. The only thing I might suggest is watch them lawyer movies lawyer YouTube channels. But that's for everybody. For white folks, anybody, they'll tell you, but they're talking about legal stuff. Not racism. You know, other than that, there's nothing special you gotta do. And like I said, majority of the times, people that know how to drive, like the rest of us, we know why we got pulled over. The majority of the times, you just didn't see there was a cop there. And you knew exactly what you were doing. And that's it. That's the majority of most situations. But y'all got used to all them sideshows and doing donuts and da-da-da. Why you put me there? Yeah, like you be supposed to be able to get away with all that shit. So y'all are going to be the only ones that might have trouble in the upcoming future with the cops who don't know how to act with anybody. And it ain't just the cops. 10 times out of 10, the people that, that's in them videos, body cam videos, they don't know how to act with anybody. They're not their own family members, siblings. They don't know. They can't get along with anybody. They can't get along. That's the only people that might have problems.
Violence, total police immunity, not only the deportation and abuse of undocumented immigrants, but to reverse naturalization for immigrants who...
They're not undocumented immigrants. They're illegal aliens. As soon as your motherfucking ass crossed that border, you broke the law. They don't give amnesty, for no Americans who committed small crimes. They just be trying to make money. See what I'm saying? That's how you know these stupid bitches are full of shit.
Became U.S. citizens already. He promised to ban abortion nationwide, to dismantle the EPA, the Department of Education. He promised to ban our history.
I mean, people like this shit, seriously, they gonna change YouTube. First of all, He didn't ban abortion. He put it to the states. So you need, while you're doing all this jaw jacking, the women in your state vote against it. You gotta, that's your problem. You need to get out and work harder for the next election to get them to vote for pro-abortion. That's on you. That's all the federal ban is not federal no more. It's not nationwide. It's up to each state. Whatever state you in New York State, you got to get out and do the groundwork. Yeah, upcoming election 2020. What is it gonna be? 2028, 2026. Every 2 years or so. Yeah, we need to vote on proposition. Sacrifice your baby. Proposition 321, sacrifice your baby to the devil. We need to vote on that. Then you got to get out and knock on doors. Do you want to support this? We need support so we keep on being hoes. You still gonna be hoes. Don't shit stop that, because they've been hoes since the beginning of time.
To ban books, to keep the American public even dumber than apparently more than 64.
Ban what books? So she's a pervert. And I thought about that. Think about it. Think about when you was in 6th, 7th grade, and they some of the parents they came and read the books that they were teaching these boys, especially boys. I obviously we never been a woman, but some of these books they were reading. Could you imagine having to sit and listen, you and your male classmates? Look, you got to look up them YouTube videos when they read them books. You and your homeboys got to listen to this shit. That's like that puffy shit. That puffy party, where they was describing what's going on. You got a man trying to seduce you. So you're in 6th grade, and at least as a grown up, they can leave the puffy part. That's why we're like no sympathy. You stay. You was a grown ass man. But in 6th grade, you can't leave. It's your grade. You might get suspended. You might get detention. And you got to sit there and listen to some graphic guy on guy book about sex. And that's what they're talking about. That's what they're talking about. Book banning.
Million Americans already are, because the majority of this country's voters voted for him. Understand this. Donald Trump did not just win the Electoral College. He won the popular vote. And I would argue he won it by a landslide. For years, I have listened to Americans insist that Hillary Clinton is to blame for losing the 2016 election to Donald Trump. That she was too unlikable. That she called Trump voters deplorables. That she didn't campaign enough in the swing states. And for years, I have thought how ridiculous a nation must be to insist it made perfect sense to elect a white supremacist, sexist, xenophobic, racist, stupid ass bigot who told us exactly who he was because the woman he ran against
she turned off her comments. But the thing is, like, why they put this in my recommendation? I never heard of this bitch or whatever. And you see, she don't have a count. No like count. But the good thing, like I said, when we talk shit, we have basis for the shit we talk. They just talk crazy shit and then try to call names. Like when I call her a stupid bitch, I did not just prove exactly why. I gave you real, hardcore, scientific facts why this bitch is stupid. She lied, all that shit. It is not just name calling. A movement lawyer. What the fuck is a movement? Let's see, a diversity high lawyer. I bet she can't pass the real bar or whatever. How old is this channel? 2023. You see all these new channels joined March 2023. She just joined. It'll be 2 years in March. So it's about 19 months ago, 18 months ago, or whatever. 18 months ago.
Hard enough. All the while, I have thought that if it's an uphill battle for anyone to beat a white supremacist, they are far more qualified than, for any reason, it is an indictment on the nation. But that's never what I've said, because I have always chosen to try to be mindful about how I discuss U.S. elections, whose results totally upend my life. And I knew, not just based on that election.
How is her life totally upended? That's what I'm saying. They trying to get out there. I don't know what they're hoping to do. I guess they're hoping to get dumbass niggas, to do something. That's the only thing. Right now, they got 2 months. Because like I said, they don't want, by this time next year, everybody's doing good. So there goes their whole, but it don't even matter about that. They're going to get, legally, evidence. So yeah, you see how everybody's getting active today, helicopters, everybody's active today. So they don't want it, they don't want good things to happen, so they can keep saying evil shit like this. And it's like they're mad, and really we as the people, that's what we have, that's why we elect strong leaders. He got control of all three. The Senate, the House, and the White House. It's over. So they're mad. It's like right now, they're just running around like, you sprayed holy water on them, and then now they're just hopping mad like demons.
Or the general voting patterns of each demographic in this country.
Well, it's enough of that dumb
Hi,
shit.
Max Moonch, let's add some realistic depth.
But let me play this again. This is funny to me.
All right, I guess we should taste each other's chili, huh?
Yeah, this chili looks pretty good. Here's mine.
I don't know. Your chili is good, Cartman, but I think mine is better. Try it.
All right. Hey, this is great.
It's a special recipe.
God, this is really good, Scott.
I'm glad you like it so much, because now that you're almost finished, I have something to tell you.
What? You mean about how you put pubes in your chili?
What?
Yes, I'm afraid this isn't your chili, Scott. I switched it with chefs. It's delicious, Chef. I hadn't planned on that. What I did plan on, however, was that my friends Stan and Kyle would betray me and warn you that the Chili Con Carnival was a trap. I assumed that they would tell you that I had trained Dankins' pony to bite off your wiener. What they didn't tell you was that Dankins is a crazy redneck who shoots trespassers on sight. Knowing that you would go and try to do something to the pony, I warned Mr. Dinkins that violent pony killers were in the area. I also knew that you wouldn't go yourself for fear of having your wiener bitten off. You would most likely send your parents. And I'm afraid that when Mr. Dinkins spotted them on his property, he shot and killed both your parents.
Well, they was trespassing and I was protecting myself. I have my rights. My mom and dad are dead?
I came just in time to see Mr. Dinkins giving his report to Officer Barbrady. And of course, to steal the bodies. After a night with the hacksaw, I was all ready to put on my Chili Con Carnival so that I could tell you personally about your parents' demise. And of course, feed you your chili. Do you like it? Do you like it, Scott? I call it Mr. and Mrs. Tenorman chili.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Nya, 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 nya. I made you eat your parents. Nya, 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 nya. Jesus Christ, dude.
My mom and dad are dead. No! No!
Excuse me.
Who are you?
We're that band, Radiohead. Jeez, what a little crybaby. You gonna cry all day, crybaby?
You know, everyone has problems. It doesn't mean you have to be a little crybaby about it.
Come on, guys, let's go. This kid is totally not cool.
Yeah, that's the most uncool kid I've ever met. Little crybaby.
No! Wait! Wait! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Yes! Yes! Oh, let me taste your tears, Scott. Your tears are so yummy, sweet. Dude, I think it might be best for us to never piss Cartman off again. Good call. Oh, the tears of unfathomable sadness. Yummy, yummy,
Yummy. Yo, but
If you grew up playing Super Mario, Zelda, and Street Fighter, you're gonna love this.
Yeah, Go Daddy Arrow is so easy. My fellow Americans and autists who voted for Trump, it's your boy Dank Brandon here. I want to take a moment to congratulate the DNC on losing another election to Donald Trump. He replaced me with a candidate who has the same likability as Greasy.
so this must be some kind of what's that, AI or something? That don't look real. I mean, it might be one because he don't talk that coherent. You know, so it's like, who in the hell must have made this? You know, there they go, the expensive dogs, white liberals.
Voting expected to win, and they say I'm the retarded one. The Democrats said that I was too old, that I was too slow, that I was a joke. Well, here's a joke for you. What do Willie Brown and the 2024 presidential election have in common? Kamala Harris blew both of them. I shouldn't have said that. Whoa, but I was a joke. Well, here's a joke for you. What do Willie Brown and the...
This is damn stupid.
And they say...
Where is Vice President Kamala Harris? Our White House journalists are trying to run down.
They say I'm the retarded one. The Democrats said that I was too old, that I was too slow, that I was a joke. Well, here's a joke for you. What do Willie Brown and the 2024 presidential election have in common? Kamala Harris blew both of them. I shouldn't have said that. But seriously, I mean, first Hillary loses to Donald and now Kamala. This man has beaten more women than Doug Emhoff. Anyways, congrats on losing to Hitler again. I hope he locked you all up this time. Dank Brandon out.
Can we not let Fox News off the hook, please?
I don't understand.
And Newsmax and all the fake news that's been going out there. You know, one of the things that we need to do, and it's not to abolish the Department of Education. As a former teacher, believe me, he's talking about doing that.
Yes.
You know, kids I brought this up before, I'm going to bring it up again. In Finland, kids in nursery school are learning to discern between fake news and real news.
Yeah.
They should be teaching that in this country.
Yeah.
Teach children tolerance. Teach them to think critically.
Well, it would help if we could regulate social media, because one of the biggest...
Come on in. My wife has pie in the oven.
defenders is DC and Congress have not been able to do one thing in regard to the rogue corporations.
Not going to get any better with Elon Musk in the administration.
Oh, that intro of Joe Biden. I put it in both videos that are out today. I do not get tired of seeing it. Whoever did it, it's awesome. My favorite part, minus the actual win of Donald Trump, has been watching the woke lefties absolutely have meltdown. This to me is just ultra satisfying because it's been years in the waiting. They're getting their comeuppance. Let's get it.
So you asked, are there any places that the vice president is overperforming Joe Biden in 2020? So we can show you that as well. We just bring that out here. Harris overperforming 2020.
Holy smokes.
There you go. So let this go away and see if there's anything on the east side there.
Literally nothing?
Literally nothing.
Literally not one county?
See the numbers that Joe Biden had in the summer.
What the
Holy
hell?
smokes.
There you go. So let this go away and see if that the vice president is overperforming Joe Biden in 2020. So we can show you that as well. We just bring that out here. Harris overperforming 2020.
Holy smokes.
There you go. So let this go away and see if there's anything on the east side there.
Literally nothing?
Literally nothing.
Literally not one county?
See the numbers that Joe Biden had in the suburbs, and I think we have to be blunt about why. Black voters came through for Kamala Harris. White women voters did not. That is what it appears happened in that state, is that if you can't flip enough white women, and we've talked about this on this set numerous times, is that you have a state where you've got a 6-week abortion or 12-week abortion. I think theirs might be 12 weeks.
Yep.
But it's a state where women lost their reproductive rights, where there was a very heavy push to get women to focus on not putting in place, re-electing, putting back into the White House the person who was responsible for taking those rights away and restoring them. But that message obviously was not enough to get enough white women to vote for Vice President Harris, a fellow woman. This will be the second opportunity that white women in this country have to change the way that they interact with the patriarchy. And, God bless Shannon Watts, who's tried to have that conversation. But if people aren't...
Because I'm thinking about the people who are not a part of anybody's elite, who are hurting tonight. There are African-American women who know a little bit about being talked down to, and know a little bit about having their economic dreams crushed, who tried to dream a big dream over the past couple of months. And tonight they're trading in a lot of hope for a lot of hurt. And they were hoping that maybe this time, one of their own could be seen as worthy. And once again, they were facing rejection. And that hurts. They thought tomorrow morning they're going to walk out with their shoulders back a little bit. Maybe able to breathe for the first time and feel like they belong someplace. They did everything that they knew how to do. And it's going to be harder than it should be tomorrow for them to hold their heads up. And they're not the only people who are hurting tonight. If you're a parent of a trans kid, your child's face was used as a springboard to power for somebody. That doesn't feel good. There are going to be people tomorrow, we're going to be handing clothes at the dry cleaners to people who don't have papers. There are going to be people who are going to be cleaning your teeth tomorrow who don't have papers. And they're terrified tonight. And so it's easy to blow this off, oh, look at the elites.
Yeah, you shouldn't be here. I can't go to Mexico and clean clothes. I can't go to Canada and clean clothes without papers. You can't drive a car. Motherfucking niggas that born here without papers. So why the fuck are they special? They can do shit without papers. I mean, that's why I said every real nigga need to slap the shit. I ain't say kill him. Just slap his bitch ass, right? Bow, just cuff it and slap the fucking. You see what I'm saying? I know niggas is driving to work and they got pulled over. They told me the story. In their uniform, work uniform, they still ain't let them go. Go to jail. Lost the job, right? But these motherfuckers, they caping for illegal immigrants who might be cleaning your clothes or this and that. They get to do anything, right? But if you a black, if you a nigga trying to do something and your papers ain't exactly right, whatever the reason, so why they don't give them amnesty? But they get illegal immigrants a driver like all that shit. Fucking clown, these motherfuckers are clowns. Trying to, they try to say, I hate when they talk like that, like so sad. Oh, there's people here who don't have papers. They're scared. Right? Take your bitch ass back home. Walk back to Mexico. Get on a plane, a bus. Back to Venezuela or catch the banana. Hey, you ain't got to go home. You can go to another country, but you got to get the fuck out of here.
There's people who don't have papers. There are going to be people who are going to be cleaning your teeth tomorrow who don't have papers, and they're terrified tonight. And so it's easy to blow this off. Oh, look at the elites. They're going to get their comeuppance. It's not the elite that's going to pay the price. It's people who woke up this morning with a dream and are going to bed with a nightmare. And those people didn't deserve to be respected and held and talked to. Those are the people who are going to pay the price for whatever Donald Trump decides to do.
Yeah, but Van, how do we know that those people didn't vote? A large portion of those people aren't a part of the people that elected Donald Trump. Well, right? I think that's a good part of the electorate. Look, and the black women, the Democratic Party let those black women down. Not Donald Trump.
I don't know. I'm profoundly disturbed
Those people aren't part of the people that elected Donald Trump. Well, right? I think that's a good part of the electorate. And the black women, the party, the Democratic Party, let those black women down. Not Donald Trump.
I don't know. I'm profoundly disturbed. I think if you look at the New York Times this morning, the headline was America makes a perilous choice. I think that in 2016, we didn't know what we would get from a Trump administration, but we know now. And we know now that he will have almost unfettered.
You know now what? See, that's what they said. They know now that black people and everybody will have money. That's what they're mad about. Well, Trump, we know what happened in 2016, in 2017, 2018. Remember, I told you I was working with niggas. They had money. They had, they was trying to get somewhere to stay because they was making so much money. We was inside of the truck trailer, right? Unloading the trucks. And he made a call. He was, I think it was gang stalking too. But he made a call trying to, get somewhere permanent instead of paying back then every night for a hotel room. He was like, yo, let me, he didn't say anything. He just purposely let me hear him talking to, somebody he had looked up who had rooms for rent or whatever. Right? That's what I'm saying. All these niggas were making money. They were happy. They was buying their weed, all that shit. Everybody was making money. It's like we didn't even know what was going on. These niggas were making money, right? So why are you mad that other niggas are making money? That's what I don't understand. Why are you fucking mad that niggas make money? That means you just don't want other niggas to make money, and that is fucking evil. That is pure evil. Y'all don't have a good reason why you don't want other niggas to make money. You can't explain. You can look mad and huff and puff, but you don't have a good reason at all. Just pure evil jealousy. If you got a good reason, I promise you I'll listen. What's the good reason? I will listen to everything you say. But nobody comes up with a good reason whatsoever, except for the ancestors or some stupid ass shit like that. Come up with a good reason, we'll listen. But y'all can't. You mad, like I said, so next year, when y'all still riding around walking around the same shit, I mean, hopefully you won't. Hopefully you'll catch on and do good for yourself. That's all we care. As long as you just don't bring us back down. Don't try to bring us down. You can do good for yourself. Hey, more power to you. We happy. That's the problem. Y'all mad? Yeah, do good for yourself. You can buy your clothes. You can buy your car, get your hair done, all that shit. So why are you mad about that? It's like y'all mad because, what are you mad about? Why are you mad that you're going to be able to have money? I still don't get that. Hell, if you're a crackhead, you'll have more money to buy crack, I guess. I don't know. Well, because more... because if the rest of us have more disposable income, I guess, whatever. But...
fettered power. And so I worry, not about myself, actually. I don't worry about my station in life. I worry about the working class. I worry about my mother, a retired teacher. I worry about...
If you drive less than 50 miles...
Oh, you see? It's like a lot of them. The not just the people, the insurance company, the people that make these ads. Because their ads is all about, we'll save you more money. That I'm not saying people gonna waste money, but yeah, that whole struggle mentality. Come to us because you can't afford Allstate or Progressive or Nationwide or State Farm. Come to us. Yeah, we're for the little guys, see, but they'll go out of business with their bootleg insurance that charges exorbitant prices. Exactly. That's what we're talking about. The rigging is not done by the Republicans. It's the Democrats. All of this shit will disappear, and that's what they're... Just get another... Look, you're just going to have to get a real job.
Stop scrolling. Click the link below.
But the difference is, you'll be making more money.
Security and Medicare. I worry about my children's future, especially my daughter, who now has less rights than I have. And I remember my father telling me many, many years ago that I was the first person in his family to enjoy full civil rights. And now I have less civil rights than I had when he told me that. So again, I'm profoundly disturbed that the 14th Amendment of the Constitution did not prevent someone who participated in an insurrection from becoming president of the United States. I think that going forward, the convicted felon box on employment applications better be taken off, because if you can be the president of the United States, then you should not be prevented from employment in this country. Because I remember applying for my jobs as a federal prosecutor, and there was a box for convicted felons. Well, and so that box better be taken off. And I think our healthcare system is now at risk. I think
no fluoride for anyone.
Yeah, economists have made clear that he's going to increase the debt by $7.75 trillion. I'm worried about mass deportation and internment camps, and I'm also worried about Elon Musk warning Americans.
Internment camps. And yeah, we gonna have mass deportations. I already told you how I think it will go from being on the ground, a soldier, you know. But regular people know about per diem. Yeah, they just gonna get paid extra to catch and deport these illegal aliens. It's not, you know, matter of fact, like we know all the people that's what we said. That's a slap in the face to all the people who came here and did what they were supposed to do, and now they're citizens. And like they said, that is fucked up that they can just, so they came, they paid their money, they took the classes, they passed the test, but so-and-so just walked across the border and get the same thing they got. That right there is one reason that's fucked up. And so that's how you know Democrats don't care about nobody, you know. So some dude from, you know, that Chinese lady, she came, did everything the right way, and she's like, nah, that's fucked up, you know. How the fuck they can just, so it's like basically all I had to do was just take a boat to Mexico or something, fly into Mexico and just walk across the border instead of coming in the right way and taking the test and passing and yada yada yada. Now I'm a real citizen, waiting your time. But now instead, all these people, they can just walk in here.
Prepare for temporary hardship. I'm surprised at the result, but I'm not surprised. As a woman of color, I was so hopeful that a mixed race woman married to a Jewish guy could be elected president of this country. And I think that it had nothing to do with...
Is that the first time I don't know, instead of saying black woman, she said a mixed race woman, but I think she's mixed. That's a little bit better than just kept calling her black. You got the evidence. She's not black.
Policy. I think this was a referendum of cultural resentment in this country. Well, I think it...
Oh, the girls for The View in denial.
Well, I think it's going to get worse. Not for us, but for them. I mean, just the video. It's going to get better for us. We're going to get tomorrow, you know, the rest of we can't wait for the videos to come out.
Already. The next clip you're going to watch here is Joy Reid, again, blaming poor people or blaming white women for Kamala Harris not winning. Somebody needs to check on Joy Reid. I'm sure that right now, hours after this, she ain't doing so good. Let's get it.
I think we also forget that we are a 60% on a good year turnout country. There are a lot of people, especially low wealth people. You know, this is the Bishop Barber thing he talks about all the time on our...
Low wealth people. What the fuck is a low wealth? See, here is it, low wealth people. The fuck is a low wealth people?
Shows is that poor and low wealth people actually don't vote for the most part. They normally sit it out, and so there's a checking out of the system and saying, I'm not receiving economic benefits. College loan forgiveness doesn't impact me, and
And so people are actually, in some cases in this country, backing out of voting altogether. So I think there's a tendency to think it's poor people voting against their best interests, when in many cases, poor people aren't voting at all. And so they're just not a part of the system. And so what you have is higher net worth and higher education voters.
If you have a 700 plus credit score, you qualify for Chase's new program where you can access to
voting versus rural working class voters. But just remember, working class does not mean poor. You can be working class, meaning you're a non-college voter, but you actually have, a second home somewhere in, the Hamptons, and you work in a plumbing business, and you have you're not necessarily poor. So I think we have to be careful in characterizing it as necessarily low-wage people voting against their interests and figuring out how to get them in the system at all.
These Democratic leaders are simpletons. They're servants of the donor class. So they go in there like, oh, donor, give me money, please. And I made an ad. I'm Kamala Harris. I'm full of joy. Okay, well, what did that get you? And they say, oh, Jake, you're too angry. Too angry? What? Does Donald Trump look like he's kind? Does he look like he's in a good mood? I mean, no, people want some sort of reaction from their politicians. They want them to represent them, to fight for them. But that has never occurred to a Democrat outside of Bernie Sanders, and probably we never will. So I have no interest in listening to a single Democratic politician ever again. They can go kiss my ass. They can do whatever they want. And we never listen to them anyway. And they hate us because we're right and they're wrong. They're always wrong. And they hate us for being right. Okay? So, but they're not going to learn. You have to beat them in a primary. That's your only hope. And so if you say it's super hard to beat them in a primary because of the lying sons of bitches on mainstream media who will smear you to no end, who will fight harder against progressives and populists than Republicans or Donald Trump or anyone else, well, brothers and sisters, nobody said life was fair. So we got to go fight that mainstream media.
See, the Democrat shit, nobody said life was fair. They always on that shit right there, that nobody said life was fair shit. That means there's people that cheat, right? Nobody said life was fair. That means, they cheat. I never had to say that to nobody, that life wasn't fair. I said it as a joke before. Oh, life ain't fair. I'm being funny. And the person knows I was being funny. I'm gonna make that, I never had to make things right too much with nobody. But see, these people that believe shit like that and it's like a mental, it's like a sociopath, psychopath. If somebody, that's what the youngsters like to say, a red flag. Someone who believes life ain't fair, that means that they will cheat you, they will stab you in the back. I never thought that, my whole life. I never just, life ain't fair. Because that means you doing dirt. You'll do dirt to anybody because and your excuse is it's dog eat dog. Life ain't fair. You don't fuck with nobody who says shit like that, or thankfully I never had to deal with people like that life ain't fair shit, and you're not looking for, because like I said, you don't hang around soft niggas. Birds of a feather flock together. So that's how I knew everybody I grew up with wasn't soft. But that's what I'm saying. A soft nigga believes life ain't fair because you soft and you got to cheat. Cheaters never prosper. We say that all the time also. Cheaters never prosper, right? It was like a joke to childhood, because really that's, they would teach you that in kindergarten, right? Cheaters never, that's what your kindergarten teacher would tell you. Cheaters never prosper, right? But so by the time high school, cheaters never, hey man, cheaters never prosper. It's a joke, but at the same time, it's real too, right? So somebody who says something like that, you can't trust them. They're not a good person.
Yeah. We got to destroy that mainstream media that is filled with lies on top of lies about how the politicians are so honest and the donors have no control over policy. They have 100% control over policy. Everyone in mainstream media is a liar.
who goes, oh, well, here's a bill. Well, I'm not going to talk about the donors at all. I think they're having an ideological debate. Oh, look at that. The donor class won the ideological debate again, but I won't call them the donor class. I won't tell you that it's corporate Republicans and corporate Democrats that are playing good cop and bad cop against you the entire time. So these Democratic leaders are the most useless people on earth. If they're not all fired, the Democratic Party is out of its mind. So as the voters, you have to understand, those guys have a vested interest in protecting their own ass and protecting their money and their privilege and their status. You need to fire them. They're not going to fire themselves. You think Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, Kamala Harris, and all these people go, oh yeah, I got Jamie Harrison and Dancy. Oh yeah, I guess.
Everybody he just said, Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, all those are Democrats. Those are the ones he's talking about belong to the donor class and shit like that. See what I'm saying? They tell on themselves.
You have to understand, those guys have a vested interest in protecting their own ass and protecting their money and their privilege and their status. You need to fire them. They're not going to fire themselves. You think Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, Kamala Harris, and all these people go, oh yeah, I got Jamie Harrison and Dancy. Oh yeah, I guess we were the problem. You think the Democratic consultant class that have been robbing you blind this entire time is going to go, oh, I guess we were the problem? No, you have to fire them. So the next time that some son of a bitch on MSNBC or in the Democratic Party tells you, oh no, be a good boy and girl, be civil, and vote for Democratic leaders, they know what they're doing. Those are the same goddamn liars that told you that Joe Biden was totally...
What is wrong with this dude right here, man? You hear him? I mean, we know he does that all the time. He was debating, supposedly debating. He does that when he's talking to the women. He just... And they're talking more facts with evidence, and he's unhinged, as they say.
Fine. That he was young and he was dynamic behind the scenes, and it wasn't a problem at all. At that point, he was down 8 points nationally. He was getting slaughtered. He was down by 18 in Iowa, and I could go on and on. They've been lying to you the whole time. If you're on the left, you're a Democratic voter. Wakey, wakey. I need to wake you up out of the hypnosis that you're in, that Morning Joe and The View and all of mainstream media has put you in. They're lying to you.
Look, if you're over 45 and can't work because of your...
I mean, that guy is, yogurt. That's what we call him, yogurt. That guy is fucking crazy.
You're in the Morning Joe and The View and all of mainstream media.
Questions moving forward.
Here's what we know, is that we don't really know anything, and that we're going to come out of this election and we're going to make all kind of pronouncements about what this...
Microscope, because of course there was so...
Stupid donor money, all it's ever done is lead to more losses. So if you don't fire them, you have no one to blame but yourself. Young Turks will be back.
Well, and that's what makes the timing, I think, of President Biden's decision to step down after the debate something that, if she does in fact lose, will be under a microscope, because of course there was so much discussion, even over the summer, about potentially having an open primary and having that fight play out within the Democratic Party. So I think it's one of the big questions moving forward.
Here's what we know, is that we don't really know anything, and that we're going to come out of this election and we're going to make all kind of pronouncements about what this country is and what this world is. And the truth is, we're not really going to know shit. And we're going to make it seem like this is the finality of our civilization and this and thing. We're all going to have to wake up tomorrow morning and work like hell to move the world to the place that we prefer it to be. And I just want to point out, just as a matter of perspective, that the lessons that our pundits take away from these results, that they will pronounce with certainty, will be wrong. And we have to remember that. If you're in 2008, when Barack Obama won,
there's no question that this is the beginning, the first election of the future, really. And I think we are moving towards a post-racial America.
Yeah, that lasted a day. And then, of course, in 2012, Obama won again. And the lesson was,
the GOP needs to send a powerful signal to Hispanic voters that the party respects them.
That was the lesson they learned after that victory.
And back then, that was bullshit then. You know, so the Hispanic people, they realized it was just bullshit. It wasn't that they, GOP need to send a message. Is that the Hispanic voters need to wake up just like the niggas need to wake up, that they keeping you broke and poor on purpose so they can have a job.
And there was certain
all the bureaucrats, the extra jobs, the extra just do nothing. That's what they need.
Of it. And send a powerful signal to the Hispanic community, the GOP did.
When Mexico sends its people, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists.
Which apparently was the winning message. And that taught Democrats in 2016 what?
Because he was telling the truth. It wasn't a message.
Maybe what the Democrats will be looking for is somebody with some inside experience, but who's a generation younger.
It's obviously going to be younger. It's going to be from a new generation.
Need I say it?
It's a great honor and humility. I accept this nomination.
And that turned out to be a winning message again, which led to an insurrection. And the lesson from that was...
when Donald Trump leaves office on Wednesday morning, he will leave Washington a pariah. Donald Trump will never be allowed to set foot in the Capitol again. Never.
Ever. My point is this. But this isn't the end. I promise you, this is not the end. And we have to regroup, and we have to continue to fight and continue to work.
What are they fighting for? That's the thing. See, they keep saying shit like that, but what are you fighting for? You're fighting to keep people poor and struggling while you're rich sitting behind a desk on TV making $20 million a year. And everybody's tired of that shit. Celebrities, entertainers, athletes. We got to continue to fight. Fight for what? For your money? So we're supposed to fight for you to be rich.
Day in and day out, to create the better society for our children, for this world, for this country, that we know is possible. It's possible.
Watching these people make excuses crumble with all the money that they put behind Kamala Harris, all the celebrities, all the mainstream media on her side, and yet that's what happens when your candidate sucks balls. Hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that thumbs up button. Everybody, consider subscribing.
Scott Jennings hits the nail right on the head, and this entire CNN panel just has to sit there and take it. This is absolutely fantastic. But before we dive in, I want to give a quick shout out to our great sponsors over at Colonial Metals Group. They quite literally have daycare to Biden for...
Do what you said you were going to do for the first time since...
and Harris Economics, but more on that later. Now, let's dive in.
This is a mandate. He's won the national popular vote for the first time since, for a Republican, for the first time since 2004. This is a big deal. This isn't backing into the office. This is a mandate to do what you said you were going to do. Get the economy working again for regular working class Americans. Fix immigration. Try to get crime under control. Try to reduce the chaos in the world. This is a mandate from the American people to do that. I think I'm interpreting the results tonight as the...
This was yesterday, right? Or whatever, this morning. Ain't that what I just said about an hour ago? Do what you said you're going to see. Y'all Democrats, these young folks, they're black, Hispanic, they don't understand that concept. Like I said, to us, it's simple. That's why they thought I was, weird or da 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 da. Cause like say to them I'm stressing out, and I'm not stressing out. I'm just being kind of harsh. Yo, you said you, especially if it has, then they're like, so what? So why you do? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, you're not gonna put shit on my name or my soul. You might not think it's a big deal. On the surface, it's not a big deal. The person might not even care that much. I done had times, it's like, oh shit, I forgot about that. But thanks, man. Shit, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? They forgot about it, but you still do what you said. Because sometimes people forget, and you don't. You might even be thinking about it, hoping they forget or whatever. Or sometimes both of you forget. But the bottom line is, I done had times motherfuckers that forgot about this. Man, I've been forgot about that shit. And not because the time limit has run out, but they just wasn't even thinking about it. Probably the whole time. So and y'all don't understand that concept that you just do what you're supposed to, do what you said you're gonna do. It's on you. You always see, they don't understand that. They used to the promises and the hope that, Obama, the hope. And they used to, being angry and poor. Like that's how life's supposed to be, and fuck it, and da 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 da. And, the ghetto struggle, ghetto love. That's what it's like. That was fine, but the problem is you tried to bring all of us down to y'all level. It's like nah, it ain't gonna work like that, B. That's where the problem was. We don't want to be ghetto fabulous. I like that song, the war with Mystical, but all right, so we're back. This is what looks pretty interesting.
The revenge of just a regular old working class American, the anonymous American who has been crushed, insulted, condescended to. They're not garbage. They're not Nazis. They're just regular people. Get up and go to work every day and are trying to make a better life for their kids, and they feel like they have been told to just shut up when they have complained about the things that are hurting them in their own lives.
Didn't I say that? See, that's what I was just talking about. Remember when that state, everybody has problems. You know what that's what they're telling you to shut up. And I'm talking about when you got a legitimate complaint. People like us, not just military people that never been in the military. You don't complain We don't make complaints unless it's warranted. And that's where they fucked up. People started making warranted, legitimate complaints. And they just like, oh, well, you know, this, I got my own, we all got problems, this and that. And it's like, no, this is how it goes. And they thought there was nothing we could do about it. It's like that's where they fucked up. They thought we couldn't do nothing about it. That's what, they got real bold and even started rubbing it in. It's like, that is the dumbest, you know, again, the dumbest shit, the dumbest idea. Ain't no way in hell, you know, you gonna rub it in too? History shows you don't do that. You know, in other China, I'm talking about ancient China, you don't rub it in. That's when the Bible, that's when you see shit. People, that's where history is made. You see what I'm saying? Remember I said that, I told you earlier, the other video live stream, you don't make history. You don't set out to make history. You know, it happens. Cause you try to accomplish it, or you ain't got no choice. They put you, back you up against the wall. And the next thing you know, you did all of them. You done took everybody out because you had to. That's how you know, they made history. But
and they feel like they have been told to just shut up when they have complained about the things that are hurting them in their own lives. I also feel like this election, as we sit here and pour over this tonight, is something of an indictment of the political information complex. I mean, we've been sitting around here for the last couple of weeks, and the story that was portrayed was not true. I mean, we were told Puerto Rico was going to change the election. Liz Cheney, Nikki Haley voters, women lying to their husbands. Before that, it was Tim Walz and the camo hats. Night after night after night, we were told all these things and
gimmicks. A gimmick. Like he said, some other gimmick. Everything except for the real shit that people in America are really worried about. Everything was a gimmick, or Trump is a Nazi. Everything, that's all they had. Just bullshit. Oh, bullshit. Something new. That's why we was laughing at them.
Gimmicks were gonna somehow push Harris over the line, and we were just ignoring the fundamentals. Inflation, people feeling like that they were barely able to tread water at best. That was the fundamentals of the election. And so I think that both parties should always look at the results of an election and figure out what went right and what went wrong. But I think for all of us who come...
See, that's why that dude is on CNN. You know, it's like, he not, I think he's one of us, but he not, you know, he just ain't like the dude we need. I mean, he's just a news person. Well, I'm just saying, he's not good. And we're not saying we're saying with these niggas, what they did is like, no, you can't be soft like that. They was gonna kill us. They was gonna say this is not Democrat shit. I showed you time after time on video exactly, like these motherfuckers had lost their mind. If I wasn't who I was, I wouldn't be here right now.
Elections,
or who I am. If I wasn't who I am,
on a day-to-day basis, we have to figure out how to understand, talk to, and listen to the half of the country that rose up tonight and said, "We've had enough."
And using the information in this all-new free book, I bought this house here as pictured on Realtor. It's worth $160.
And the Democrats can't do it. They don't understand how to. And again, I love harping on this point because I love talking about political coalitions. I sort of wrote my thesis in college on it, though it was a terrible thesis. I had mentally checked out at that point. But ultimately, the Democrat Party used to be almost on a perfectly straight line between centrists,
and see, this is stuff I'm talking about. It's not that I want to, we gotta be a hardcore. It's like these soft people who keep talking about the Democrats, they didn't change. I mean, even I said they were infiltrated. Yeah, they were infiltrated by the communists, but they didn't change, right? They never changed. They did slavery. They did Jim Crow. They did Black Wall Street. They're responsible for the 80s and 90s, the 70s. in the black community, they're responsible for all that shit. So where did they change? There was no change. They've been the same the whole fucking time. See what I'm saying? They've never fucking changed. There's all these white, these guys like that, they too soft. They could be on our side, but it's like, yeah, you can't be, you know, in charge. Yeah, like I said, yes you are. I mean, if you fight for that shit, that is fucking niggerism 101. Seriously, there's no, I mean, that is, you have no good reason why you still even upset right now. That's niggerism mentality. Your mentality is so small that you don't want to be free. You can't think for yourself. Somebody's still controlling you right now. You have no good reason. You have no good argument. Nothing. All y'all got is just dumb shit. Dumb shit. No good arguments. And like I said, this is just the beginning. This time next year, let's see what happens this time next year. If you still in the same spot next year, I'm talking about mentally, financially, then there's something wrong with you. You got a whole year right now. Really, it starts in January. And then that's what I said. It's so brainwashed when people try to tell them so good. All they is, the emotion. That's emotion. That's what I'm saying. You know, the black community, we got emotional men who can't think. The feelings get hurt.
I'm about to drink some mushrooms, and you should too. People laugh at the name Morning Mush, but it is what it is.
Now he can claim for the rest of his life, all 7 days of it, he can claim that he would have beaten Trump if he'd been on the ballot.
Last night at midnight, I had Daily Wire's Ben Shapiro on the show. And I have never seen Ben Shapiro so happy. The election had not been called. Ben's beard and mustache was looking particularly hefty, I would say. The man who describes himself who spoke last night, and then Trump talking about Bobby, and then Trump talking about Elon, because again, it shows the bigger thing than just one man.
Well, Mr. President, I appreciate you allowing me to join you on this incredible journey. I thank you for the trust that you placed in me. And I think that we just witnessed the greatest political comeback in the history of the United States of America.
On behalf of this great group of people, these are hard-working people. These are fantastic people, and we can add a few names like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And he's going to help make America healthy again. The star is born, Elon. Now he is. Now he's.
Elon was doing okay before, but a star has been born, Elon Musk, who clearly was so deeply connected to this win, who put his butt on the line. Like, think about it. What we talked about yesterday, and with several people on the show last night during the live stream, like, that if this had gone the other way, if the blue blob had won last night, like, it is very likely that Elon becomes the new target, right? They'd sort of be like, we don't really need to go after Trump anymore, because what does he have left? His movement is basically done. He can't run again. He's old, whatever. Elon would have been target number one for these people, and they would have gone after his businesses and his family. Like, they would have done everything they could possibly do. They would literally try to destroy the man.
Already seen that. So who the fuck is Jack Smith though? So supposedly he surrenders. Let's see what's up.
America, we made history. This is the greatest comeback in political history, not just in America, in the history.
And so you're like, well, you just said no. It was out of necessity. All it is, though we didn't say in the beginning we wanted to make history. We're gonna make history. Did it? Or maybe he might have said a few, but we didn't set out. He didn't set out. Trump didn't set out. None of us set out to make it. We had to. That's what I was just talking about. You had to. See what I'm saying? Like, you see how they're still in the brainwashing, just being, in the brainwash phase. It's like, what are they mad about right now? Right now, they still mad. You see, what are they?